Hello and welcome again to another screencast edition of Autodesk Maya. Today we'll be focusing on animating our object, which is our ball. So you see I already set up the stage from the previous video. So once we have everything set up, we are going to actually begin to animate. So Maya has this nifty little feature in my basically in its system where you could actually animate either multiple ways. The shortcut keys to actually animate the movements, whether it be translate, rotate, and scaling, is Shift W, Shift E, and Shift R. They make it easier for you than having to select some other shortcut keys with different letters. Um, so WER being translate, rotate, and scale. They're basically adding the Shift key to key the keyframe within your timeline. So that in mind, you could do that. Or when you select your object, you could actually use the channel box right here to help you key it. Now, when you're beginning an animation sequence, be sure to at least key all of your translation, rotation, and scale sections. I'm going to show you that second example of keyframing via through the channel box. All you have to do is highlight all XYZ translate, rotate, scale values, and all you have to do is key select it. And you'll see right here these little red tick marks being established. That means that it's already been keyed. Now, depending on the speed I want, I could go maybe the increments of 4 or the increments of 10. I'm going to go with the increments of 5. So I'm going to use my range slider right here to at least zoom in a sense of animating my sequence. So now that I've already keyed from frame 0 as my static object before it exerts the energy, so you want to at least have that. So the static object of the ball is just beginning. So I'm going to go to keyframe 5 right here. So that in mind, I forgot to mention also, as you notice right here with the ball, it's set with the pivot point onto center. What we need to do is actually pivot the pivot point to the very bottom of the ball. So what you need to do is press the D key to actually activate the pivot point. Then what you're going to do is hold the V key to snap it to the grid or the floor of the object that you want. So once you already have that, so V as in victory. So repeat again, D key to activate the pivot point, then press the V as in victory to pull down and reset the pivot point and snap it to its bottom end of the grid. So once you have that, press D again to deactivate that. I'm going to go to frame 5. And what I'm going to do, use my scale tool. I'm going to make the first establishment of the ball beginning to create the energy, the inertia to move forward. So, that in mind, I'm going to key Shift W, Shift D, Shift R. And you'll see from point 0 right here, from frame 0 to frame 5. I'm going to go to frame 10, pull this out right here, use my rotate tool, key it right here. So when you look, it's already exerting that energy right here. So I'm going to go to frame 15. I'm going to use my channel box right here, change the rotation to 0, set my scale back to 1 so it's back to normal. Right here, and move it here within that energy. Move this here and key it. So maybe if you want to adjust a few things here, you could go back. I'm going to press Shift E. Right here. I'm going to go to frame 20. Snap this to grid right here. There. So frame that. You'll notice that there's more fluid motion. So I got that in mind. Frame 25. Change the rotation to 0. Change it back to 1. And bring down the squash. Key it right here. Frame 30. Key it right here. And basically using those increments makes it a little bit more easier for me. Following the increments right here should be easy for you to manage. There we go. Move my camera, perspective camera right here. There we go. Good. If you want to adjust the jump, there we go. And one more time. Snap it right here. Pull down right here. Key it. Change my rotation. Change my scale back. Then adjust it as such and key it. So I'm going to go back to here and here. So I'm going to play this again using a render cam. So when I play, it jumps, it animates. So pretty much that's all you need to do. It's just wash, rinse, repeat. It's basically a pattern. So as long as you can follow within those increments, you should be fine. But other than that, that pretty much concludes today's screencast tutorial of Autodesk Maya. Thank you.